We're back at checking out more of the solar system trials. Solar balls.
Disagreements between planets and moons. However, just when the moons begin to lose the debate, they change representatives to Jupiter's two controversial moons, Ganymede and Europa. Will they achieve a victory for the moons, or ensure their loss?
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Solar Balls, where the moons and the planets don't really get along too well. The planets, obviously being bigger than most of the moons, kind of command the sun's attention more. The sun is basically like the god of the universe, and everybody kind of has to go to the sun and make sure that he stays happy.
Ganymede? Europa? Are you two certain you will represent the moons with fairness?
We are certain.
Then I will allow the change. Let the solar system trials continue! So, based on everything that I've heard, the moon revolution began when the Earth insulted Titan due to his own insecurities. This led to Titan planning his revenge?
That is not correct.
Excuse me? Are you insinuating Mercury's account of the events are false?
We're saying that it's an oversimplification of the events. There were other discoveries and events that took place before the revolution escalated.
And it is our belief you should be made aware of these before we continue.
So for those of you guys that did not know, obviously Titan and Earth are pretty similar, weirdly enough. Even though Titan is a moon, there's actually been evidence to suggest that Titan actually has some sort of water on its surface. Like deep down under its icy layer, there's actual H2O down there that could potentially have life. Now, since it's millions of light years away, or not light years, millions of miles away, we won't really know for sure for a very long time. But you know, there's some people out there that think that Titan actually has life very similar to Earth.
So far, so good. Yeah, so far. Okay. Give me the context, Moons.
Gladly. So, after the experience with the Earth, Titan discovered he had the potential to sustain life, just like the Earth.
I think I found some type of small organism. I have life?
Moons can have life?
In fact, a lot of moons have water on their surfaces. Me, Europa, Callisto, even Enceladus and Titan. There are more moons with the potential of life than planets. So the revolution wasn't a vengeful act. It was a desperate one.
Desperate?
Yes, Titan and the rest of Saturn's moons had discovered that Saturn's rings were the product of dozens of moons getting destroyed.
That actually is true. For those of you guys that did not know, any planet that has like a ring around it, similar to Saturn, who has like the biggest, greatest rings, it's actually like little tiny particles of asteroids and other like universal dust that kind of just like has, you know, ran into each other so many times. It's kind of like if you took two rocks and smashed them together, they eventually just like turn into little sandy particles, and then in the atmosphere, or I guess in the orbit of a planet, they kind of just form these rings because that's how the gravitational force works, which is pretty neat.
Objection!
Yeah, objection! What are we objecting to?
The idea that Saturn destroyed his moons. That is just a theory and has not
Just
been
a
proven.
theory,
Even
a
if it is
game
speculative,
theory.
The risk was just as real. The moons of Saturn did not know what to do, and Saturn forced them to forgive him.
So if I can have your forgiveness, we can all get along, and I'll never consume you all. So we either forgive you or you kill us? Is that the choice? Wait, I didn't mean it like that, Ensalada. My name's Ensalada. Guys, that's enough.
Of course we forgive you, Saturn.
Oh, thank you, Titan. You're the best.
Guys, I don't want to be that guy, but it seems like Saturn might have a little, you know, just a few screws loose in his brain. It is actually true that, you know, Saturn's rings are from its intense gravitational forces that literally cause all of these moons and comets and asteroids to all collide together in its orbit. So it kind of is low-key Saturn's fault, you know, and a lot of moons have been destroyed and turned into dust, which are why, you know, Saturn has a giant ring around it.
Saturn? Did you destroy your moons to form your rings? Even now, I
don't know. And moons?
How does he not
I
know?
didn't want you to feel forced to forgive me. It's not easy to say no to a gigantic and intimidating gas planet. I know. I'm sorry, Enceladus.
Wait, you got his name right?
Yes, I've been practicing, Dione, and he got yours right.
Ahem! We're still in the middle of a trial here. I still don't understand why you said the revolution came out of desperation.
Because most of us are smaller than the planets. They barely notice us. Most planets don't even know the name of all their moons. And if we were to confront them, I mean, do you know what it's like to confront a celestial body much bigger than you?
I could see where the moons are coming from. However, I also see where some planets are coming from because, for instance, Saturn has 145 moons. And, you know, knowing the names of every single one of them would kind of be a little bit impossible, right?
Europa. He's the biggest object in the solar system. How could he know that?
Look at his face. He somehow understands.
Oh, you're right.
It's breaking his brain.
Okay, let's change subjects. Earth, you don't need to say anything if you don't... No, it's okay. So, after I said those things to Titan, my friends slowly began to abandon me.
Oh no. All of his friends abandoning him.
Great. Now my two closest friends have decided they hate me. We're both not nearly as toxic as you. Mars, stop.
This wasn't a real friendship, was it?
Well, of course it was. I need you, Venus, because you stabilize my axis and keep me habitable. But also as a friend. But please, I can't be alone.
So guys, if you missed the last episode, you probably didn't see this, but Earth kind of just like takes all of his friends and the moon for granted. And in the universe, everything sort of balances each other out. The reason why Earth is in like this Goldilocks zone, which is how it can actually, you know, contain life, is because of the other planets, because of even the moon itself keeps everything in such like a nice balance and in orbit. So if even one thing shifts, everything could get messed up. So Earth, it seems like, kind of just like takes everything for granted and doesn't really realize that, yeah, he needs these other people in his life, these other planets and moons, in order to remain as he is in this Goldilocks zone.
I realized there was something wrong with me, but I didn't know how to handle it, so I gave up and tried to fling myself into the sun. What? Oh, no. I didn't.
That would not have been good for people and humanity.
And made a stupid decision. The only reason I changed my mind is because a planet and a moon stopped me. After that, I decided to own up to my mistakes and put an end to the revolution.
Thank you, guys. I was about to do something stupid, and you didn't. And everyone will be happier for it. I see that now. I guess it's time to apologize to Mars and Venus. Titan, I started all of this because deep inside, I recognized you were pretty awesome. And I thought I would lose my friends if you reached my level. I don't know if we can ever be friends after all this, but I'd like to try, if you're willing to give me another chance.
So guys, it seems like Earth did recognize all of the problems that he had. He even was like willing to sacrifice himself because he felt so bad. So I think that overall, everybody should forgive Earth, and then they can all go back to being one big happy solar system of balls.
The truth is, this entire revolution came as a response to the moon's hopelessness against us planets. That's why I am here. I'm representing the planets not only because I don't have a moon, but also because I am the smallest one here. I can relate to the moons. Just like them, I was never invited to play space poker until recently. Why? Who knows? And my partner in this trial, Venus, has constantly bullied me because of my size.
Oh, no.
I felt how difficult it can be to face off against someone bigger than you.
Dude, what? Whose side are you on?
However, while I can accept the moon's intentions and pleas, I can't condone their actions. Can you elaborate? The moon's took
Interesting.
drastic actions that need to be addressed. First, the attack on Mars and Venus, and second, the attempt to eliminate life on Earth.
Yeah, that is kind of messed up. That is pretty messed up, guys.
And who was behind these
drastic actions.
The representatives of the opposition.
Oh.
Ganymede and Europa.
Oh
Ganymede,
my
Europa,
God, it's going
how do you
down.
respond to these allegations?
Oh,
Were you
snap.
behind all of these attacks?
What are they gonna say?
Yes, we were.
Oh, I can't believe they actually admitted it. I thought that they would maybe try to convince the Sun that they weren't behind it because the Sun kind of seemed, I don't know, a little bit stupid sometimes. And even though he's the most powerful, I don't know, guys, it seems like he also might be a little bit crazy. So it's surprising that they actually admitted to it.
You're not denying it?
Babe, what if...
They punish us. The space cat is out of the space hat, Ganymede. We were behind this and everyone knows it. Might as well share our side of the story.
Oh, okay.
I am expecting an explanation from you two.
Well, for me, I've always wanted to be a leader. I am the biggest moon, and I've always looked up to Jupiter. Maybe I've been a bit insecure about it, because I felt like I could never be like Jupiter.
Guess we all have our own insecurities, huh? I am still waiting for an explanation.
When I met Titan, I saw a chance to be the leader I always wanted to be. He seemed like someone I could partner up with and do something great for the solar system. And when I heard how the Earth had treated Titan, I came up with the plan to attack the Earth.
What about Titan's involvement?
Titan? He was weak and just played along. His plan of action was a
Ooh.
strike that ultimately wouldn't change a thing.
Guys, I'm starting to think that there might be some sort of war between the moons. I mean, right now it's between the moons and the planets, but the way that this guy's talking, I don't know. It seems like he kind of doesn't even like the moons.
had to make a statement.
But why attack a planet with life?
If moons have been destroyed by planets in the past, and moons can have life, then we could be talking about billions of living species destroyed by the planets. How is what we did any different?
I know
Interesting.
it's easy to point to us as the bad guys, but we were just defending ourselves against them.
And why should we think that they care about us? They've always treated us as inferior, or as kids, or just forget our names, or joke about destroying us.
This is good, guys. This is like group therapy. Everybody usually does not talk about their feelings in the solar system, but now the solar balls are hearing each other out so that they can work towards a common solution. And if that doesn't work, then I guess they could go back to fighting.
Or just hide things from us.
And what about the attacks on Mars and Venus?
Well,
That was my idea.
Europa, wait.
Oh,
We
she's
wanted
taking the
them as
fall.
allies, but things
Wow.
went south, and we felt forced to attack them.
Will you join us or die to protect the Earth? I think you know our answer. Yeah, give it your best shot. So be it. Attack!
Oh my god.
With what end?
To destroy them? Do you think an asteroid can destroy a planet? Maybe it can affect its surface, but we knew our attack wouldn't destroy them.
To do any real damage.
I don't know, guys. I would ask the dinosaurs about asteroids because I think they know a few things about that.
On Venus or Mars, we would have needed asteroids hundreds of kilometers in size, going at great speeds with very dense masses.
There are but a few asteroids of that size in the asteroid belt, and we made sure to use only the smaller ones for the attack. You can ask the moons.
Interesting.
But you still intended on harming them.
Yes, they would have gotten in the way of our plan to attack the Earth.
Is that enough of an excuse?
Please, give me a break.
Ganymede,
You shoot solar flares at everyone
Uh-oh.
in the solar system.
Uh-oh.
You
Guys, he's going after the sun now. I mean, the sun is the biggest thing in the entire solar system, so this might not be a great idea.
run things like a dictator because you're the biggest celestial body. And even if nobody likes you, they are all forced to play along. So yes, we took action because we were desperate. And after everything you made the planets go through, I promise you this story will repeat itself. A planet revolution against you.
Whoa,
Maybe
whoa,
in a
whoa.
day, or a year, or several decades.
That would be the dumbest thing ever, dude. The planets need the sun. Without the sun, there's nothing keeping the planets around anything, and they're just gonna fly off into outer space.
Before you become unstable and begin to turn into a red giant, mark my words, we will all turn our backs on you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a classic David and Goliath situation.
I have heard enough. Representatives, please go back to your groups.
He took that pretty well, actually.
Planets, you have treated the moons as lower beings than you, and this changes today. You will all improve your relationships with each other, and I don't want to see something like a moon revolution ever again. This goes to
Fair
both
enough.
sides. Is that understood?
Yes, sir, we
Thank you, son. They did it. And
Wow.
finally, Ganymede, Europa, while I understand your intentions, I cannot allow you to stay in my solar system.
What?
From now on, you two are banished.
What?
Wait, son, I think this is too much.
Seriously? What?
Wait, if we leave, we'd be affecting Jupiter's orbit and axis, wouldn't we? Wouldn't we, big guy?
Jupiter, come on.
Tell him the science, Jupiter. The sun will understand.
Whoa.
Oh, come on then, Jupiter. Tell me the
I'm
science.
sorry, you two. You are not here. The
Oh my
difference
God.
to our orbit or to the solar system is negligible.
Oh
Nothing
my
will
God.
change.
Then forget the science. If we
Dude.
were wrong, we can fix it, or at least try, right? Come on, big guy, it's us.
Guys, I don't think it's gonna work out for the moons. I think that these two moons are gonna be banished. I mean, nobody can go up against the sun. The sun, did you see what just happened? That was the craziest solar flare. If the sun wanted to, he could vaporize everything.
You're 80.
Haven't you ever made a mistake? Something you wish you could take back?
Jupiter is and has always been an exemplary planet.
How dare you question his integrity?
Son,
Now leave, you two. Get out of my solar system.
Dude, that's what I was saying earlier. The sun is a kind of cuckoo.
Ganymede.
Wow.
It was nice meeting you, Titan.
Why do I feel so sad? Oh my goodness. Who is that? What?
Hey.
Wait. Okay, guys, comment down below. What was that? Was that a planet?